It takes everything hard out of it and make it soft.
Man, that's crazy.
You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you can't get to heaven as a slave.
Right.
You have to get to heaven as a servant.
Right.
So anytime you stand up like Lucifer, you get casted out. Casted out. We
Right.
get casted in the jury room and
Right.
in Grill's kitchen. We cast Grill.
Right.
You
Right.
get casted out, bro.
Right. Wow. So, when you creating jewelry, right?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I'm a graphic artist. I'm a 3D.
Okay.
I do 3D modeling and
Okay.
all that. And then
Wow.
another interview.
You might can get into this, man.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Cause in another one of your interviews I'm watching, and you was talking about how you go
To
get a
3D
you
designer?
get a 3D printer
Yeah.
and all that stuff. And it's interesting to say you paid $3,500 for it because that was back then.
Right.
You know them 3D printers now.
150.
Right. So that's crazy you say that. But I used to always, like, when a new rapper get their piece or whatever, I'm like, bro, how did they find this many stones? I'm so green to the game. I'm thinking you gotta find stones that are this and you kind of fit it together to make
Okay.
this shape.
Right.
It's not until I hear you say the other day on that interview, 3D printer, that I'm like, oh, that's how it's done.
Yeah.
So you 3D print. So let's say I'm a rapper and I want my face on a chain. Would you have to have somebody like 3D model it and then you?
So what we do is we just take a picture of your face,
Okay.
or you send us the picture that you want of your face,
Okay.
and then we have this program
Mm-hmm.
that's called Rhino.
Mm-hmm.
Rhino, and what they do in this program is they break down your face, and they're able to take your face and make it a 3D model inside this program.
Right.
And then they can say diamonds, round diamonds, and then all the round diamonds will go all over your face. Then they can say black diamonds in the eyes, and then it'll put black diamonds in the eyes. Black diamonds in the hair, it'll put black. It's only doing what you tell it to do.
Right.
And then it prints it out, and it has a map of the size of the stones, like 1.4 here. Then you got 2 millimeters here. Then you got 3 millimeters here, because it's just like a puzzle
Right.
that you're putting together.
Right.
That the diamond setters have to deal with. Like I love the breakdown of the process.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? From how we do the jewelry. Like I got essays in the houses, in the back of the house. They got the outhouse. They got the whole family back there casting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Same way in the Vietnamese community.
Mm-hmm.
They setting diamonds like crazy. They could probably set this whole thing within about 8 hours, and it'd be done.
And when you say set, because this is something that I learned too after I opened the door for you that day, and you was telling me about it. I went home and got on YouTube, and I'm like, man, because then I'm thinking, okay, there's a machine that does that. So when you say setting, you have to manually set every stone.
Manually set every stone.
Right.
Yeah. They got machines today that
Right.
do it, but that's what takes the eye away from the snow. Like it's just
Right.
technique.
Yeah.
Technique and
Anything handcrafted is always going to,
but it's like this, you have to find the experts.
right.
Like I go to the experts for diamond setting.
Right.
Johnny Dane go to the same people.
Right.
Manhattan go to the same people.
Right. Okay.
We all TD go to the same people. We all going to the same people
Right.
because they're the best.
Right.
And it makes our product compete with the best.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I did a grill one time, the first time just really getting into the diamonds.
Right.
He came in, man, I want a bust down grill. I let my casters do it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so 1998-ish that I couldn't even give it to him. And I had to do my research, and as I'm doing my research, I seen on TD's Instagram, oh, this is where they going. Ran out there to Houston to find some diamond setters and jumped right in the game. And I'm 20 years in the game and don't even know what's going on until 2020.
Right.
'Cause
Okay.
I'm such a hood.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right. So, yeah. So let me ask you this, because the bust down Cuban right now is probably the trend right now.
Right, that's the trend.
That's the trend.
Yeah.
So how do you go about, like, take us from the start to the finish, like,
Okay,
of a
so what
of
we
a
do
bust down
is,
Cuban?
what we're gonna do is, we're gonna take each link.
Mm-hmm.
The designer is going to design one link.
Okay.
After he designed that one link, we measure out how long it needs to be,
Right. Okay.
right? And then we know how many links to print out.
Right.
So you print the links out,
Okay.
and it already has the holes for the stones and all that type of stuff. And then you take each link before you put them together, and you set the stones.
Right. Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Right, okay.
It's just like a little process.
Yeah.
It's kind of it's very I'm trying to think of that word.
Tedious. Tedious.
There you go.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
very tedious, bro.
Right.
But once you see it done, like this is a one-on-one aftermarket Rolex.
Right. Okay.
And what I mean by one-on-one is the movement on the inside is Rolex.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
But this band,
Mm-hmm.
the bezel, the casing that it's sitting in, we made it from scratch
Wow.
by the measurements.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
the designer gets the measurements, and he then inputs it in the program, and the program makes it just like that.
Right.
But it's not a authentic Rolex from Rolex. Just the movement is from Rolex.
Right. But it's still what it is.
Yeah, it's still
bro,
what it is.
You smart, bro.
Aqua blue
You
diamond.
smart.
It's just a game, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it
And
took you
the
time
reason
to
I'm
acquire
smart,
it. Huh?
the reason why I'll take that from you is because you got to figure it out.
Right.
I didn't get frustrated.
Right.
I kept going. Like even when they tried to, keep the game from me, I was middleman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever I could do to stay in the game, and once they seen the consistency, they really couldn't hold me back.
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So, let me ask you this: a lot of people are interested in those type of deals. Like, what do they range for? Like, what do bust down Cubans range for? Like, what's the cheapest you could get one, and then what's the most expensive that makes sense? I would say.
Okay, so when I think I ask budget
Right.
off the muscle.
Right.
So when you tell me budget, that's what I can tell you
Right.
on how I can do you. So say for instance, you come in with a $3,500 budget or $4,500 budget, I'm gonna get you,
Right.
some lab diamonds and some gold.
Right.
But if you come in and your budget is $16,000, $20,000, you're looking at VVS diamonds,
Mm-hmm.
you're looking at gold, gold custom, you're looking
Right.
at all that.
Right,
so
right.
it just depends on your budget.
Right.
So you can come out $3,500 with a nice bust down and get it appraised. See, that's what people don't understand. I don't bash no type of jewelry.
Right.
It is what it is. And what people don't understand is a moissanite still is appraised. It still can appraise for something.
Right.
A sapphire is still appraised. Like I can show you right now some sapphires in a ring worth $300,000.
Really? Wow.
See, tell me this, bro. Who want to bust down?
What you mean?
Who would take a bust down to the altar?
Right.
and
Okay.
marry?
Okay. Right.
Right? Who gonna roll up in a bust down car?
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So we so naive that we busting down diamonds. That's what makes them worthless after they sell them to us.
Right.
They're not buying these diamonds back
Right.
because it's shake. From the pound of weed that I was telling you about how we mix it up,
Right.
it's the shake.
Right.
Don't nobody want no shake.
Right.
I want a whole nugget.
Right.
Give me a whole carat.
Right.
That's why that sapphire carat is worth $300,000 because it's a whole.
That's crazy.
It's not a bust down.